Good afternoon. Self-rule referendums held by pro-Russian separatists in Ukraine are going ahead today despite widespread international opposition. Voting began amid further tension in rebel strongholds in the east of the country, with the government in Kiev branding the polls illegal. Even Russia's President Putin has urged rebels to hold back from staging the vote, which the West fears could trigger a slide into civil war. Ben Chapman reports.
Behind curtains of yellow and blue, the colours of the Ukrainian flag, they are casting their vote in a referendum this country's government fears could tear it apart. Voters are being asked if they want self-rule for their regions. No one quite knows what that means, but if they vote yes, there will be a second vote later this month on joining Russia. I voted for separation, says this man, so they won't order us around. This man says we will create our own state and then join with Russia. But this is a vote being held in the shadow of tanks, barricades and violence. It is organised by the pro-Russian separatists who've seized power here in recent weeks. Western governments, including the UK, have condemned it. Even the Russian President Vladimir Putin, who Ukraine accuses of sponsoring the unrest, called for it to be postponed. It's feared the yes vote that now seems inevitable could push this country closer to civil war. Ben Chapman, ITV News.
A big row's broken out in the coalition over cuts in funding for extra school places. A senior Liberal Democrat source has been quoted as calling the Education Secretary Michael Gove an ideologically obsessed zealot whose plans are nothing short of lunacy. Well, our political correspondent Romilly Weeks is in Westminster now. Romilly, what's behind this fallout?
Well, I think this exposes some pretty ill feeling at the heart of the coalition, which has been kept under wraps more or less up to this point. But now that we're entering election mode, the gloves are really coming off. So we've got an unnamed Liberal Democrat source in the papers this morning accusing Michael Gove of raiding the budget intended for councils to ensure there are school places for everyone to prop up his free schools programme. And the quotes attributed to this Lib Dem source are pretty juicy, calling Michael Gove so ideologically obsessed with his free schools programme that he's willing to let children struggle to get suitable school places. Well, I've spoken to Mr. Gove's spokesman this morning. He says essentially this is nonsense. There will be enough money for school places for all. This is just a difference of opinion about whether it should go to councils or into the free schools programme. But coming on the back of other rows about knife crime and about the free school meals programme, this shows how ugly things are getting at the heart of the coalition.
Romilly, thank you. The Premier League title looks to be heading to Manchester City today on what is the final weekend of the football season. City only need a draw at home to West Ham this afternoon to become champions for the second time in 3 years. Their closest rivals, Liverpool, who are playing Newcastle, must rely on City losing. And finally, Austria's bearded lady is the toast of Eurovision today. Drag artist Conchita Wurst's performance of Rise Like a Phoenix won the annual pop music contest held last night in Denmark. Austria finished ahead of favourites the Netherlands and Sweden to record its first Eurovision victory since 1966. Today, Conchita said she couldn't believe she had won.
I was crying the whole time, and then suddenly there came this gold shower, this flitter, and I said to my agent, "Renee, say it, did I win?" And he said, "Yes, you did."
That's it for now. Steve Scott will be here at 6:25 with the next bulletin. Bye-bye.
Preparing the nation every day. ITV National Weather, sponsored by Vitabiotics Vitamins.
Hello, good afternoon. This is how weather patterns are shaping up for the week ahead. It is an unsettled start to the week. We'll continue to see showers or longer spells of rain, but things do improve from Wednesday onwards. High pressure builds from the southwest. It turns drier and brighter and also warmer from the south. So here's the detail for the rest of this afternoon. It is a showery picture, some heavy downpours for some, but there will be some bright spells in between. The best of the sunshine probably across southwest England, but it is also quite windy across the southern half of the UK, all the winds not quite as strong as it was yesterday. Overnight tonight we'll continue to see some showers, particularly across the west, but it is looking drier with some clear spells further east. Have a good afternoon. Bye-bye for now.
ITV National Weather, sponsored by Vitabiotics Vitamins.